Episode 38 of Trying British Foods. I live in a shop and I've discovered a Manhattan that sells British food items that are not otherwise available in American stores, so I'm working my way through recommendations that you all send to me. First off the top, you might notice I have a little bit of a cold that I'm still getting over, but you'll be very relieved to hear that I have spent the entire morning sucking on a fisherman's friend. Also, I've had some lozenges as well. I do want to point out, some of you might just be new to TikTok and so you might not know this, but towards the bottom right of your screen, there is a heart icon. And if you're going to sit here for over 5 minutes and watch me, if you enjoy the video, you should tap that heart icon. That's how that works. First up today, I have a variant of Monster Munch. This is the sweet and spicy Flamin' Hot Monster Munch from Walker's. So many episodes ago, I did have the pickled onion Monster Munch. I did like that reasonably well, but I'm curious about this because the Flamin' Hot, I'm curious how yours compares to ours flavor-wise. Miniature monsters with big crispy heads, or crunchy claws plucked straight from the sweet and spicy beasts. Ooh. Bite off each crispy toe, or is it an arm? Nibble the sides, or stick your tongue through the hole and let it melt in all its sweet and spicy glory. Here again, Walkers, we just really need to have a conversation. I don't know what it is you think you're getting away with, but you're not fooling me with the packaging you have on all of your products. I have a Cadbury product. This is the Dairy Milk Tiffin. Which we don't really have, as far as I know. I've never seen it before anyway, but so this is milk chocolate with dried grapes and biscuit pieces. So I guess, I'm thinking the closest American equivalent we would have to that maybe would be like Rocky Road, kind of like Rocky Road cookies or something like that, sort of similar in concept. Lastly, I have an item that you might criticize as being a bit common, but I am fascinated by, and I'll explain why. It is this Nestle Milky Bar. So this is just plain white chocolate. Why am I obsessed with this? First of all, I absolutely love white chocolate. You know that if you've watched me before. But second of all, I have seen in pretty much every UK shop I've gone into, they always have these really prominently. But the other reason I'm interested is I'm actually thinking we in the US, by and large, generally, do not have a lot of white chocolate options that are just plain white chocolate. We actually really don't. Of course you can find some, obviously, if you look around, but I'm thinking if you just go to your typical convenience store, corner store, whatever, we have like white chocolate coated options. So we have things like, white chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups, or we have a Zero bar that has white chocolate, or Hershey's cookies and cream has white chocolate, but nothing that's just plain white chocolate. So deliciously smooth and creamy. Well, that's what they all say, The sweet and spicy Flamin' Hot Monster Munch. So the first big difference Americans will notice this is just the coloring. And if we have anything Flamin' Hot, it's that like neon red, which I think is maybe not allowed. Let's see what the taste difference is. So first of all, and I say this with a heart full of love, it is adorable, downright adorable that you think this is Flamin' Hot. This wouldn't even qualify as spicy within the US. It has a little bit of a kick that is interesting, but on a scale of 1 to 10, if our Flamin' Hot products are a 10, this is like a 3. Other thing that this has pointed out to me, though, that I do find interesting is I do find that a lot of things in the UK that are spicy or labeled as spicy flavored, they tend to have more of a curry flavor to them, whereas that is not the case with us at all. Maybe ours is just much more artificial. I'm sure it probably is, but ours is more like a cayenne pepper hot sauce, like something like a buffalo sauce or something like that. That's what we would have as spicy, whereas in the UK it tends to be more curry-based, which is an interesting difference. All of that being said, I actually do really like these. I think I like these better than the pickled onion. I do really like these. They're not Flamin' Hot. I'm sorry. They're not even warm. They're barely even aroused. Cadbury Dairy Milk Tiffin. So as Cadbury bars go, this actually is pretty high on my list. This combination works really well. I feel like the balance and the ratio is just right between the chocolate and what they put in. I will say though, and I could be wrong about this, but I think Tiffin is also like its own thing that would be made, outside of like the context of a chocolate bar, right? I agree. So I actually would really like to try that, or maybe make some of my own of that, because I think that in its proper, like, pure context actually would be more similar to like what we would have as Rocky Road or something like that. That's my guess. So I might hunt down a recipe for that and make some of my own. But no, as a chocolate bar, this is really good. And the Milky Bar. I don't quite know what this is. Space. This is outer space. Somewhat akin to Milky Way, but it's not a Milky Way. It's a but you know, we won't split hairs. Fantastic, no notes. Why, America, do we not have more just plain white chocolate options? I'm gonna start a campaign. I will bring Milky Bar to the US if that's what we have to do. I don't care. We really need more just pure white chocolate options. This is very good. It's very simple, perfect. It is indeed deliciously smooth and creamy, so it didn't even lie to me there. Thank you very much for your recommendations, and I'll see you next time.